Right now, the crypto market is in a state of maximum uncertainty, maximum fear, and many people are wondering why is it that while the stock market is at all-time highs, gold is at all-time highs, silver is at all-time highs, everything is breaking records, yet Bitcoin is falling. Recently, it crashed down to $75,000 and there are no signs of growth. Before that, we were moving within a certain range. Here you can see this range, and we can clearly see the breakout downward, plunging to $75,000. But the stock market and metals are at their peaks. They've just shot straight to the moon. In the past few months, they've shown just hundreds of percent in growth. Gold was hitting new highs several times a day. And so, many people have a question: why is this happening? The answer is actually very simple. Gold rises when people are extremely fearful, when there is some kind of uncertainty in the world. And since gold is a safe haven asset, with a vast and storied history, which has always maintained a consistently high value throughout the ages and in all times. And right now is exactly the time when everyone is afraid to keep their money in currency, in cryptocurrency, or in any other assets, so they use that money to buy gold. But here too, everyone has a question, because many people call Bitcoin digital gold. So why isn't it fulfilling that role right now, in a situation where it should be rising alongside gold? And the answer here is actually very simple. Right now, Bitcoin is mostly being traded on derivatives markets. Essentially, this is like a paper Bitcoin. There are huge trading volumes, but without actual withdrawal of coins. This in turn creates strong pressure on the price, and as we can see, yes, the price keeps dropping and dropping. However, it does not function in the same way with precious metals because people continue to buy physical gold and physical silver. Yes, of course, many people do buy Bitcoin as well, but right now, traditional investors still favor tangible gold over Bitcoin. This is because Bitcoin is still widely considered to be a high-risk asset rather than a reliable safe haven like gold. But Bitcoin possesses one unique characteristic that gold simply does not: a strictly limited total supply. There are only about 21 million coins in total. And when the available supply decreases quite significantly, especially when most of the coins are stored away in secure cold wallets, then we could potentially see a strong and sustained upward price movement. Right now, gold is basically doing what it has always done. It preserves value. And so, the year 2026, when gold skyrockets to unprecedented heights, will be a real test for Bitcoin. That year will be absolutely pivotal and defining, and either Bitcoin will prove that it truly is digital gold and can be considered a reliable safe haven asset, or we'll just have to admit that Bitcoin is merely another highly volatile speculative instrument. Yes, technologically, Bitcoin is better than gold, that's clear, but it lacks history. Bitcoin is a very young asset when placed in comparison with gold. Now let's talk about Bitcoin's decline. Look, in previous cycles, Bitcoin first dropped by a massive 85%, then it dropped by approximately 75%. In this current cycle, a number of market analysts are expecting a significant market decline of 60 to 65%. That would put the price of Bitcoin at around $50,000 per coin. Please understand that this is not a call to buy, nor is it professional financial advice to place any buy orders. No, these are simply analytical reflections based on history and previous market cycles. In general, gold has now become so incredibly volatile that it can literally drop or rise in value by $5 to $6 trillion. That's like the capitalization of two crypto markets in just a matter of minutes. This in turn demonstrates to us just how relatively nascent Bitcoin is and how significantly smaller its capitalization is compared to gold. As we mentioned earlier, the situation in the market is extremely uncertain. There is a lot of fear. People are afraid. People are afraid to buy assets like Bitcoin and in general cryptocurrency because they are afraid of losing their money. While at the same time, they are actively putting their money into gold because they know, because the history of gold speaks for itself. That's why it's important not to panic right now, but simply to observe and not to forget that such periods can make the market very strong. And perhaps Bitcoin will be able to prove that it too can stand alongside safe haven assets and hold its value in times of chaos and uncertainty.